Tell us about the show this week. Hey, we got a great show this week. For you snowboarding freaks, we got Snowboarding 1080 from Nintendo. We're going to be visiting with Nolan Bushnell, you know that dude that did Pong? And also, Namco's going to show us how the light guns work.
Here comes yet another new game from 3DO. It's called Requiem, and I highly recommend it. Okay, talk to me about the story behind Requiem.
I don't know if you're familiar with Milton's Paradise Lost, but there was this war in heaven that they said where a third of the angels fell, led by Satan. So in this game, Requiem, you play the role of a loyal angel who does battles with Satan and his legions of demons and minions.
Cool, very cool. So what are some of the things that the lead character can do in this?
You play an angel, a loyal angel whose name is Malachi, and it's really one of those kind of badass Old Testament angels who has the real wrath of God type of stuff. Send locust swarms at people, lightning bolts, make their blood boil. Blood boil is especially cool. All their body parts fly around, and then you can actually reanimate them, and they all swirl together, and they'll fight on your side. A big part in Requiem is meeting other characters within the world and talking to them and learning about this story as it unfolds.
And I'm looking at the graphics here. I mean, it's amazing. It's so much more than what you're normally used to seeing, you know?
We call it emotive animation technology. It's a hybrid model of animation using rigid body and soft body. So basically we have 35 unique characters, and they'll react to you different depending on which character you're possessing at the time, if you're within another creature's body, if your weapon is drawn or not. You can sometimes choose brains over brawn. So what you have to do is interact with the other characters in the world, use your angelic powers at appropriate moments, and kind of this great story unfolds of this battle between angels and demons, heaven versus hell.
So do you go in different like areas, or is it all pretty much concrete? And what do we got? Do you go to the beach? What do you have?
This is a war-torn city right now. You actually see we're entering into a bar. In Requiem, you have like a bar, a subway, hotels, churches, this futuristic war-torn city that we've seen, torture chambers, sewers.
Now, can you interact with these characters here?
Yeah, check this out. He's going to have a little conversation with them right now.
Wow.
He's saying, "Bar Requiem, it's an awesome game."
So if you were to summarize this game, what would you say?
It's really heaven and hell collide. There's a great quote from Milton's Paradise Lost that said, "It's better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven." It's a great book. You should read it.
If it rained in hell, though, wouldn't the fires go out?
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being performing here all week.
Who invented Pong?
Some little short dude.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
See?
Which one's that? You remember the one with the two sticks? And it was like tennis, and then you'd flick the switch and another stick would come up and it'd be hockey?
Nolan Bushnell is considered by many to be the grandfather of video games. As a matter of fact, he's responsible for the very first video game, Computer Space. Another game he did after this, Pong. He also started a company called Atari and a pizza place called Chuck E. Cheese. We had a chance to talk to him to see what it's all about.
Well, we have, as you can see, a lot of dogs.
Yeah, now what are the names?
Oh, that's Bandit, and that's Maggie, and Pug.
You mean that's not Ping and Pong?
We used to work late nights at the computer center. We'd play games on big computers.
Things haven't changed much then, I guess, huh?
Exactly, but in those days, the computers we were playing on cost, $9 million. So you'd say, gee, $9 million, 25 cents a play. Math doesn't work. I knew that the games we were playing on the big computers, if I could make them commercial, would be a big success. Rather than to say I invented the video game, I really commercialized the video game.
Okay.
I made it possible.
And then the first game that you would put out commercially?
It was Computer Space, which was very much more complex than Pong. All my friends liked it, but all my friends were engineers. That product almost had too much innovation in it.
Right, it's ahead of its time.
No, really. I mean, the fiberglass case, all that sort of stuff. And so, in some ways, the second one, I dumbed it way down. Anybody with one hand could play it and hold a beer in the other.
And then, of course, Atari.
Atari was really the first, what I'd call, cyber sports game mecca. I mean, we just annihilated everybody who was our competition.
Who came up with the name Atari and why?
I came up with the name of Atari because it was a word that was used in the game that I like to play. Which was Go, which is actually an Oriental game. And when you attack another group of stones, it's a black and white stones on a matrix, you say Atari. And it's sort of like, and it's a polite warning to your opponent that he's about to get whacked.
And do you know anything about the rumors that there are E.T. cartridges buried somewhere in the desert?
Absolutely true.
Are you serious?
See, I can poke fun at it because this was after I left. And
right.
Okay, now think of this decision.
Okay.
As a corporate maven, you build more cartridges than you have installed base.
Installed base,
Yeah.
right? Well, how many 2600s were there back then when this fiasco happened?
I think that there was like 8 million.
8 million, and then how many ET cartridges did they make?
I think they did 10.
Why did they bury them in the desert?
I think that you always want to hide your sins.
Thank you very much for taking
you.
time out of your busy schedule. You're a
Good
true master in the industry, and
Well,
if it wasn't for you, none of us would be here, and there would be no Laura Croft and things of this sort. So it's all up to you.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Excellent.
The best stuff is yet to come.
Very cool.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Alan Blardinelli from Nintendo of America. We'll be right back to talk about 1080 snowboarding.
Hey, Victor Lucas for Electric Playground. We're here at Big Bear Mountain in California to talk about 1080 snowboarding from Nintendo.
1080 snowboarding is the most realistic console snowboarding game ever made.
I can win the GS, but 1080 kills me.
It's got real-time physics on all the board surfaces, so it depends on the board you ride, the weight of your rider, the skill level of your rider.
If you're landing and you're in powder snow and you go down in it,
Right.
if you're hitting the edges and putting your hand out, you see the marks you leave behind with your hand. Even on the ice, I mean, you can just hear it. It just sounds like you're right on the ice and the board's just scratching right on it, going right across. It's just amazing.
I'm Zoe Flower. I'm here with the Electric Playground. We're at Whistler for the Snowboard Canada Jam Tour. So have you seen Nintendo's new 1080 snowboarding?
Oh, it's crazy. You can do all these crazy tricks.
Yeah? Anything that you can do in real life?
Yeah, because if you get really good at the game, maybe you can take it to the hill, right?
Hi, I'm here with Rich McMahon from Niagara Falls, winner of today's Nintendo 1080 Challenge.
Oh, he does it. All right.
How does it feel to be a champion?
Great. Awesome.
Not bad for a day's work here. Having taught snowboarding for a couple years, I really love the way the people look, the way they've got a nice balanced riding position, just like we were teaching you today.
The light shading that was done in the game with at nighttime with the moon during the early morning, I mean, it's really trick.
Yeah.
They did a great job. I mean, you get the spray of the snow right in your face.
What do you think about the new 1080 snowboarding from Nintendo?
Oh, that's super fun.
Yeah.
Really good, really responsive.
How do you think it compares to real life snowboarding?
It's pretty accurate.
Do you like the powder feeling?
Yeah, the powder feeling is fun.
Yeah. All the jumps?
Yeah, jumps are fun.
Yeah, this is my simulator for the U.S. Open. That's the plan.
Did you get actual pro snowboarders in on the development of the game?
Our chief programmer, Giles Goddard, is a snowboarder himself.
Okay.
So this guy, when he came to make a snowboarding game, came to make a snowboarding game.
What are some of the different modes of gameplay in this thing?
You can do a head-to-head competition where you can damage yourself out of the race, but the fastest time wins. You can do a trick attack, which is on the regular courses, as many tricks as you can get in the allotted time. And then you can do a stunt mode in the half-pipe, of course. You can do a slalom race for time through gates, just like the GSers did in the Olympics.
Yep.
and then you can just free ride.
Tell me a little bit of what snowboarding means to you, because you've been involved with it for a few years.
Did I mention there are some very beautiful girls who snowboard?
No, mention that again.
Very beautiful girls out snowboarding.
1080.
If you liked Battlezone before, wait till you see how easy it is on the eyes now.
How important was having the Battlezone license attached to the game for you guys?
Essential. It gave the project a ton of direction.
Yeah.
It's, you're going to be in a tank. You're going to be, driving around, shooting things, that type of stuff. It also gave us a sense that this has to push gaming to a new level. The original Battlezone paved the way for 3D games today.
There's been a lot of hype about the radar system in the new Battlezone.
Right.
What do you think is the coolest part about this new game?